What's up YouTube? Vintage Dollface back with another ranking video. Today we are ranking the Generation 8 Pokemon, the Galar region Pokemon from Sword and Shield. The new edition of the wild area was really awesome. I loved it, and it's been a good model to go forward on Scarlet and Violet as well. So there was lots of really big and fun things that happened in Sword and Shield for Pokemon. So we are going to get into these ratings. Hit that like button down below if you are excited to hear about my ratings and where they fall. Don't forget to comment down below and let me know what your favorite Pokemon are from the Galar region. I would love to hear about them. If you're new here, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button and help me reach my next goal of 250 subscribers here on the channel. We are a little less than 100 subscribers away, so please help me get there. I am so close, and I am very excited and can't wait to get there. First, we have Grookey. Grookey's gonna get a 9 from me. Thwackey gets an 8. I also think it's really cool. And Rillaboom is gonna get a solid 8.5. Scorbunny gets a 9. Love Scorbunny and its whole line. Reboot gets an 8 for me, but Cinderace actually is gonna get a 10. First 10. Sobble gets a 7, is my least favorite of the 3 designs. Drizzile gets a 6. Inteleon gets an 8 though. I do like its design. Squovet gets a 4. Greedent gets a 4 as well. Rookidee gets a 6. Corvisquire is gonna get an 8. And Corviknight gets a 9. I actually really like that evolution line a lot. Blipbug gets a 7. Dottler gets a 7 as well. And Orbeetle is gonna get an 8. I like those designs. Nickit gets a 9. Love Nickit. And Thievul gets an 8. Gossifleur is gonna get an 8. Eldegoss gets an 8 as well. Wooloo gets a 9. I love Wooloo. Dubwool gets a 7. Choodle gets a 6. Dreadnought is gonna get a 7. Yamper gets a 9. Boltund is also gonna get a 9. Roly-Poly gets a 7. Carkol is gonna get a 7 as well. Colossal, I'm gonna give an 8. Applin gets a 9. Flapple gets a 6, but Appleton gets a 9 as well. Silicobra is gonna get a 7 from me. Sandaconda, 7 as well. Cramorant gets a 4. I don't like that Pokemon. Arrokuda also gets a 4. And Barrascuda gets a 4.5. Toxel gets a 10. I love Toxel. I love Toxtricity, who also gets a 10. Some of my favorite Galar Pokemon. Sizzlipede gets a 7. And Cinescorch gets an 8. Clobbopus is going to get a 7 from me. And Grapploct gets a 7.5. Sinistea gets a 9. And Polteageist gets a 9 as well. Hatena is going to get an 8 from me. Hatterene gets an 8 as well. And Hatterene gets a 9. Impidimp gets a 7. Morgrem is going to get a 7.5. And Grimmsnarl just gets like a 6 or 7. Obstagoon gets a 6. Berserker gets a 6 from me. Cursula is gonna get a 7. Sirfetch'd gets a 7. Mr. Rhyme gets a 5 for me. Runerigus gets a 6. I have so much trouble saying that. Milcery gets a 9. And Alcremate also gets a 9. Phalanx is gonna get a 7. Pincurchin gets a 7.5. Snome is gonna get a 9. I love it. Frostmoth also gets a 9. Such a beautiful design. Stonjourner is gonna get a 7. Ice-Q gets a 6 from me. Indeedee gets a 7. Morpeko gets an 8. Cufant is gonna get an 8 as well. Copperajah gets another 8. Dracozolt gets a 5. Arctozolt gets a 5. Dracovish gets a 6. And Arctovish gets a 4. Duraludon gets a 6. Dreepy is gonna get an 8. Dracloak gets an 8. And Dragapult's gonna get a 9. Zacian gets an 8 from me. Zamazenta gets a 7. Eternatus gets a 7. Kupfu gets a 7. And Urshifu in both of its forms is going to get an 8. Calyrex gets a 8.5. And Zarude is gonna get a 7 from me. Now, unfortunately, They did not include a few legendary Pokemon that come in with the secondary part of the DLC. They did not include Glacier and Spectrier. Glacier is gonna get a 7, while Spectrier actually gets a 10. I really, really like the design of that Pokemon. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I appreciate your support. Thank you for viewing all the way to the end. Don't forget to hit that like button down below if you have not done so already. Subscribe if you're new here, and you can hit the notification bell if you want to get updated anytime I upload a new video to the channel. I try to upload them daily. Sometimes I fall off because I get a little busy, but usually I have at least one video go up a day. So don't miss out on anything that I post here on the YouTubes. Thank you again for your support. I will see you guys on the next ranking video whenever we go through and rank Generation 9. But until then, bye!